Going live with a do-rag.
Yes, welcome to the Real Hot Boys After Live show. Tonight we have Mr. Tyler in the building, Mr. Cosmetic.
Hey. You
Um and so we
okay?
we're gonna get into a few things. So let's just start off on the show, right? So the first
Mm.
thing we got into tonight was Tamar's photo shoot.
Uh-huh.
And so he pretty much he talks about the two different brands that he's displaying and that he's doing photo shoots for. You yourself as a brand owner, a business owner, what goes through your mind when you are getting ready to, put something out on the market or, getting ready to market something out? Because I mean that's what he was doing at the moment, correct?
Mm-hmm. My first thing that goes into mind is what's in demand?
Right.
What are people doing that they're making mistakes with that also sell this, but I need to make it better?
Mm-hmm.
Also, um, your creativity when showcasing it matters the most. That's what people see now all on content on Instagram is you see the effort that they put into just making a small 4 second 5 second video or clip.
Right.
I've seen people hold big glasses of shields on their face just to make it something they got water like they're underwater when they're really not. Like
Mm-hmm.
that creativity off of the content matters the most as well.
And we'll have to say that Tamar definitely looked amazing in his heels and in his bathing suits. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So, talking more about the heel situation, do you wear heels
Not
or
at all.
do you
I
leave
ain't the
that?
type of girl.
Okay, so we leave that to Tamar. Okay.
We leave
Okay.
that to Tamar.
So he
I'm
talked
already
about
tall.
how he's been wearing basically heels since 2017, and now he can rock a stiletto better than some of the ladies out here. So I mean, what's your preference like as far as dating? Would you date somebody who wears heels or
No, that's
no?
not my cup. It's nothing wrong with having a film queen in your life,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like if I really wanted fish, baby, I would go be with fish. If I
Yeah,
wanted to be with somebody who gonna wear stilettos and heels all day and clickety clack when they walk, I would have had a bitch with 32-inch weave in her head. So by me, okay.
I am
So.
screaming. I love it. So moving on, he also like I said, he was also modeling a swimwear line. I believe it's called Noah's Apparel.
Mhm.
And he was modeling that as well. And like I said, he looked amazing. Moving on from that, we got into KJ's podcast. But before we get into Hey Tamar, before we get into KJ's podcast, let's go ahead and let's get a little formal with Tyler. Let's get to know Tyler a little bit.
Yeah.
So Tyler, how old are you?
I'm 26. Oh,
Okay.
I just lied. Sorry, I'm 27. I just turned 27 this year. I'm sorry. Oh, don't do that.
But you know what? You know what? No lie. No, it's something different about this year. And I did hear that you're a Taurus.
Team
Yes, yes,
Taurus.
yes. Shout out to my Tauruses.
Okay.
So yeah, something was different in this year. Like I turned 28 this year, and it was just like, I don't like this. so, and so when people ask me, they're like, how old are you? And I have to think about it because the first thing that comes to my mind is shit, 27. But no, like bitch, you turned 28. Like you need to
That's
own
the
that.
same thing with me. I'll be like,
Own
damn, bitch,
that.
I think you just turned 27. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Own
You
that
finna
orbit.
be.
You have to own that orbit. But yeah, so where were we? We were at your age. Yeah, so did you go to college or anything that like got you into cosmetics, or what got you into cosmetics?
So, make a long story short, what really got me into cosmetics was me being in the hospital. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, that's my dog.
That was so funny. Oh my god.
This bitch, I'm sorry.
Rewind.
I was gonna say, you shut the fuck up. Sorry. Um, sorry. What made me got into cosmetic industry was actually me being in a hospital a lot, having sickle cell anemia.
Mhm.
Being in a hospital a lot, it's always cold. It's freezing cold, and I forever never had chapstick. I never had lip balm, never had nothing for my lips. So my lips would peel, they would
Mhm.
dry out. I would pick at them, I would pull them, and I would start bleeding a lot.
Mhm.
And what made it so irritating and hard for me was that I could do nothing about it because I'm in the hospital. So with me being in the hospital, when I finally got to the age to where I was not always in the hospital and I wasn't my sickle cell wasn't taking over me as much at a younger age.
Mm-hmm.
When I got older, I said, I want to make my own lip balm line.
Mm-hmm.
So hence started Tyler Cosmetics. I wanted to make my own lip balm line. I wanted to make lip balm that did not leave white residue around your lips. That didn't dry out fast. That wasn't going to make your lips look crusty after you put it on. And 30 minutes later, you have to reapply. Like, I wanted something that was actually very long lasting and something that also tasted good and smelled good and felt good at the same time.
You better say.
Thank you. That was the beginning of Tyler Cosmetics. I actually have one of my lip balms on now. This is lemonade.
Lemonade flavor.
Yes, this is the original logo, TK.
Get into it.
This company has come a very long way from 2017 to 2022. I can honestly say I'm very proud of myself and how far I grew. The expansion of my company happened in 2019, 2020, right? Pre-COVID and during COVID, I was pushed to do more. I was on Bigo Live one day, and I told one of my besties that I wanted to start selling do-rags because back then I was dipping. I had waves, I had all the wave brushes. I had the best pomade made for my hair. I was doing everything for my waves. I was swimming, baby. So when I said I want to start my own do-rag line, I sent some samples to my bestie to try because I wanted him to try it on his waves as well. And he loved them, especially my velvet ones. He loved the velvet ones. This fool went on Bigo and told all the gays on Bigo, and it was a big panel that day too. He told all the gays that I sold do-rags. That's how do-rags got added to my collection. I never really intended to go along with do-rags. I said I wanted to do it, but he made me, because everybody that night literally DM'd me and cashed at me and everything. So I was like, oh, so now I actually gotta go make these damn things. So boom, next thing you know, my collection dropped with do-rags and bonnets. I went from velvet to satin and silk. I had to provide it all. Next thing you know, my female friends, they were like, you should start selling hair. You're always talking about people and their crunchy ass weaves and how they be looking dry. You should start bringing in that good products because we all know how bougie you are.
Yes.
Next thing I know, I'm into the hair game. So I really have to say my friends influenced my company, and they are what made it bigger than what it's supposed to be.
That's what's up. And so shout out to you and having your own business. I think you're the only Real Hot Boy of Hollywood to have your own business, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So shout out to you for that.
Thank you. It's not easy. Entrepreneurship is not easy. I'm about to the last episode in so raggedy. Ooh. It's because Tyler wasn't there, but it's okay.
We're gonna get into it because that's actually one of my questions why you were not there. Just talking about you a little bit more. I do subscribe to Zeus.
So you must have seen my hot boy self on the auditions for Bad Boys Club Houston.
We seen you doing 1-2 in the background. We loved it. So tell us a little bit about that experience. What that was like, being around a bunch of.
Ooh, baby. You met the girls from all over the world. You had all the porn stars. You had all the drama queens. You had the gays that were in the families. You had the ones that, that walked the balls. You had the little the internet sensations that lasted about a good 2-3 months off of one song. You had a couple of the people. It was fun. I can't say all bad stuff. It was unorganized. It was very, very catastrophic, and it was very sad to know that we were out there since 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, and some of us didn't get to do the second audition due to everybody fighting every 10 to 15 minutes. And then because somebody got real salty that they were being kicked out, they pulled the fire alarm. Zeus could have did a whole lot better to represent Black people than the way they did. I understand when people say, oh, well, it's a Black-owned company. What do you expect? That's like really thank you. It's like saying, okay, when white people do it, or when Mexicans do it, or when Asians do it, it's always going to be better.
Or it's like walking into a Black establishment and they sell clothes or whatever, and you see they got a shirt for $100, and you be like,
And it's not even.
Like,
And you can tell that shirt was made for $10. You want to sell it for $100.
Yeah, but I mean, you would buy it if it had Gucci or somebody else's name on it.
I
So,
personally wouldn't. I don't do designer
not
clothing.
you.
I know, but I'm just saying personally, I don't do designer clothing. I like the accessories, like watches, bags, shades, sunglasses, all that other good shit. I would do that, but the clothing, they all look cheap and tacky. I'm good.
Well, I'm all about quality. I don't actually like clothes that have like a brand name on it. You will never see me with something that say Nike or Michael Kors. Like I don't like that. That is so tacky to me. I don't like bitch. Like I'm not a cow. Like I'm not a heifer.
Right.
You won't see me being branded anywhere. But yes, okay, so moving right along. So we got to get to KJ's podcast where he talked about himself. And so we had KJ, Tamar, and J5. J5 said he drove 2 hours down to the podcast. And then all KJ did was talk about himself. What were your initial thoughts of KJ in this scene, not in person?
Truthful answer or just the censored answer?
True tea.
True tea. Okay, and this is no shade to KJ because he knows I'm very blunt with everything that I say. To be honest, KJ really does not have a role in the Real Hot Boys. He was added on as a boyfriend from one of the cast members. That's one of the unhidden teas that
who's the boyfriend?
Dana. So, KJ. Yes. I really thought so.
Wait, that's Dana's boyfriend?
That was.
I think the difference between mine is that mine is actually syndicated on, Amazon, Google Play, Spotify, Apple.
Basically, he said, I'm everywhere. He said, I'm everywhere. That's what he said. In the loophole.
And then
I'm everywhere.
I think a similarity though is that we do talk about ourselves. We do talk about the experience that we have experienced. But I do invite people on to talk about their experience as well. I don't spend the whole time talking about myself. I would say that's the difference.
Here's the thing that makes it hard for podcasts. If you're going to have a podcast, don't let it be about you. You can introduce yourself. You can tell people about who you are, where you come from, where you've been. But have a topic that's going to engage with everybody. Have a topic that's going to make people want to listen and actually want to call in and have a few words to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to bring somebody 2 hours away to be on my show to sit on my couch and look cute. I could do this at home.
Right.
So I feel like if he would have brought them down there, he should have introduced them. Like, I want to introduce you guys to a couple of people that's in the gay community that's also on their hot shit. You got J5, that's a rapper. You got Tamar with the real estate sales. So if you're looking for a bomb condo or luxury apartment, hit up Tamar. If you got Q Baby in there, he's on his R&B and pop singer stuff. I would have shown them in a better light than just a small clip of them on the couch and me on the table talking. And
absolutely, it just wasn't. I don't. Y'all gonna have me for saying it just wasn't a productive scene to me. I felt like we still didn't get to know anything about KJ, even though he talked about himself for 5 minutes.
Well, the girls said they needed some work scenes, so that's what they got.
That was work.
I'm not in the podcast business, so I don't know how that works, but evidently.
Anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. So KJ also talked about his consultation business, where he helps businesses. I don't understand the business actually.
KJ does that.
He said that.
That was said in the episode.
Yes, he said that he has a consultation business and that he was actually going to work with Mike. That's how he knew Mike.
Oh, so was their meeting actually at the bathhouse then? Because I was actually wondering why was that even brought up if you're not going to talk about what he did at the bathhouse. Because if he's a consultation, he has a consultation business. I would have been consulting all these girls on how they should be performing themselves on this episode and all these shows and to enhance if he had a consultation business, I wish I would have known that. Because I would have put him onto some real game. And I would have had the whole cast lit, just saying. But
Y'all better call Tyler, baby. Fuck Tyler. Call Tyler.
Like, because I would have had Jay Fi in the studio. I would have had Marquise in the studio. I would have had, I would have had some shit popping for music videos on.
Well, look. So this is what that's
especially if I'm all for Black excellence. Just saying.
Right. Absolutely. And so that's one of the things that he said. There's a disconnect as a person that's watching the show and between the audience and KJ for myself. I'm not connecting. Anyways, so moving on, we're gonna move on and we're gonna get into you a little bit more. So you lit into rock. You threw some haymakers, baby. Like, you said that he came looking dusty. You talked about, basically him being messy, talking about, the Dana situation with Knockout. You definitely got into Homegirl. Tell me what was your initial opinion of Rock? And did you see y'all being friends? Did you see it, going anywhere, or did you just see him, as a milk dud?
So when I heard that Rock was going to be on the show, I was actually low-key kind of excited because I've known about Rock from the Come Up Atlanta with my friend Karan on his show. And I was like, oh my God, after hearing about his story with cancer, you're a fellow hematology patient. I'm a hematology patient as well. So it was like, I can actually be there for somebody, and support them in ways that a lot of people can't relate. I can. And that bond wasn't there. That connection, that trying to build a friendship thing I tried with Rock wasn't there. Instantly off the bat, he had shit to say about me when we left from filming. And it was just like, well, damn, girl. So, I ate that ass up. Like, if this is how you really feel, let me go on ahead and clear the air of how I really feel then too, if that's the case, since you're going to be like this. I did try multiple times to be friends with Rock. I tried to reach out multiple times, check up on him, talk to him, try to be there many times. But I'm not gonna keep trying when
even post rumors of allegedly breaking into Todrick Hall's home. Were you supportive then as well?
Was I supportive of him then? No. Because at that time, I didn't like his ass. So I wasn't going to be supportive of you. I was trying to be supportive before the camera, off the camera. You know what I'm saying? I tried to do that way before all this happened. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm doing this for camera time. No, baby. I am camera time. I'm on most of the episodes, but last night, I'm not worried. So I have a real storyline. Let's talk about that. So with him, it was like, it's like this. You ever had those people that are like wasp and bees? They land on something and they poke at it to see if they're going to get a reaction. And if you don't get a reaction, they keep poking and poking and poking, right?
You feel like that's what he was doing with Dana?
That's what he was doing with everybody. Okay. And it wasn't just with Dana. With Dana, I felt like it was more so messy how not once did you really think about how he feels, what he went through. Right. This man already done told us everything about him. Here he done told us he was homeless, he was put out, he was dragged outside, gave him a big black motherfucking eye and still came to see us. And you're more so concerned about the validity of his relationship with your friend, but not your friend, and your former best friend, who's your best friend. Okay, which one is it? So
did you go into it thinking that he wanted to fuck Knockout, or did you think that he was just being messy?
Some of the questions that he was asking about Knockout, it seemed like, okay, maybe you and Knockout got something on the end because you was more like, I never really got that off of him. But how you never going to really get nothing out of nobody if you're not their friend. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It was a little confusing saying, someone's your friend, but you don't have their number. Like if you were ever friends, or even it's associates that I have their number that I'm not that close with, but I have at least their associate. Hi, Mr. Rock, how are you? Yeah. So we're learning a lot here. So moving on to another little feud of yours, versus Mr. Jalen the comedian. You went off on him about sucking dick during the beach moments. And me, myself, as a viewer, we were trying to figure out why you went there, why you cut that man off like that, and why you started talking about he sucked tainted dick and things of that nature.
Sorry, I had to pour my water for this bullshit.
Not
Now,
water.
let me go ahead. I wasn't gonna drink wine, or I wasn't gonna drink alcohol. That's what got me there in the first place. Was the alcohol? So now, what really happened? And I'm gonna go ahead and explain this. That was a joke. I was really joking. I was playing, and I was really intoxicated. Before we aired that, before that was recorded, me being drunk and me talking all loud and all like that, Jalen was in the restaurant with us and told us about his DL escapades. Okay, so it's interesting to me how inside the restaurant you were explaining to us your DL escapades and what you did with these DL men and all this other good stuff. You know, it was telling us, like, you know, if I was to sit there and tell people about my sneaky link and I'm gonna tell them what me and my sneaky link do, that's the same thing he was doing pretty much.
So friend, I'm just gonna say this, and this is me being real. So he just said it on camera.
No,
but you bought it.
I did, but as I said, under the influence, all intoxicated. I really don't know I was being recorded, truth be told. I was just talking shit. I'm not even gonna sit there and act like I knew I did not know production was recording. I was just talking my shit, being belligerent, loud, and ghetto. That's it.
I feel you.
So
look,
I mean, hey,
it happens. It definitely is gonna happen. You know, when you just drinking it and you just having fun, you definitely gonna offend somebody. So I definitely get it.
But if I offended the girl, she should have called me that same night, especially after we was the first to meet and talk about if we ever have any problems, we gonna talk it out. Pick up the phone and call me.
So you can't be offended that he's offended now.
I'm not offended.
You're not?
I'm not offended at all.
Like, y'all are good today.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure. So moving on from the podcast, the Law One podcast, we have Mike Riggins versus KJ. And shout out to Mike. Mike is actually on my season 3, episode 1 of Ash Me Out, called The Art of Letting Go, where we talk about just letting go of things and how there's just the art and, you know, just letting go of shit. But anyways, moving on. Him versus KJ, they talk about the bathhouse. Jalen and Q Fabian are there. This is the beginning of Tamar's party. There's a lot going on, basically. Mike and KJ go back and forth. Tyler said that he was not coming. Why were you not at the party?
I wasn't coming. First off, at that time, I was living in Sacramento, still live in Sacramento, and at that time, I was in nursing school. Out of everybody on the show, I've actually contributed most just by me participating. I'm 6 hours away. 6 hours, like 5 hours by driving, an hour flight. You know what I'm saying? I was just out there the weekend before for filming, and the week before that, and the week before that. And I just said that I'm not coming back out there.
Right.
Love you, Tamar. I'm not coming back. No.
So you didn't send him any Tyler Cosmetics?
That bitch got do-rags. They all got do-rags. The whole cast got. I promise you, everybody on this cast but Rock and Dana all got products from Tyler Cosmetics.
I thought you meant outside of. I thought you meant like he got do-rags. Like,
no, he do got do-rags from me. I promise you, he does. Okay. Everybody on the cast has a product of mine, including Mike. Even though Mike blocked me on Instagram for no damn reason, because him and production got into it for whatever reason, and I'm just blocked for no reason. I was cool with the bitch. I actually liked Mike. I didn't have a problem with Mike. So for me to be blocked, I'm like, weird, but I don't. We never had a friendship, so fuck it.
Okay, so Tyler said he was not coming, and he did not come.
Sure did not.
So, Mike said hi to everyone but KJ. And then he pretty much just got into it. I will say this about Mike. Mike gonna get right to it. Like, he don't be waiting. Production might never got to it. This one going. He's gonna get right into the things of the things. He's not gonna wait any time. You know, he pretty much lets it know what's on his mind as soon as the person sits down. So KJ sat down and he was pretty much like, I'm not gonna, do the fake shit with you. You've been going around saying blah, blah, blah. You saw me in a bathhouse. Now here's the thing that bothered me about that scene. He said, I would have thought that you would have came to me and said something to me about
But in
it.
the same sentence says, how would you know you don't have my number or my contact information? Mm, 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 mm.
But not only that, what fag? Not fag. I'm sorry, that's the wrong term. Even though that's how a lot of people act. Do you know is going to come to you and say, hey friend, I saw you in the bathhouse. What's up?
That's weird.
Like
I'm gonna look at you weird.
I'm with Jalen. Like, bitch, why didn't you just keep it confidential? Why did you even say anything? You know what I'm saying? And again, it brings me back to the point about KJ that even as this show has rolled out.
I mean, but technically, KJ never spreaded the rumor. Dana did.
Right.
Let's really get into that. I mean, you're upset because at that time, once again, Dana and KJ were dating. So
that was so confusing.
We not finna get there.
You know, another thing that was confusing is that we found out the other day, a few weeks ago, that you and Q Fabian were dating.
Oh Jesus, who mentioned that? That
Baby,
was so long ago.
Y'all keep the circle small around LA, baby.
Q Fabian's on the show because of me.
Girl.
Let's just talk about it.
Come on, Carlos King. He's giving everyone a show. We love it.
I'm the next Oprah. You can call me on the top.
I am screaming at you.
So about that,
yeah.
I can't sit there and be like, I'm gonna come to somebody as one-on-one and be like, hey, I seen you at the bathhouse. KJ knew Dana. KJ knew Dana. Of course, KJ knew Dana. When Dana brought up the show to KJ wanted to know who was a part of the cast. Right. Of course, Dana listed and showed him who was part of the cast. KJ then goes and states, oh, I've seen him before. He was at the bathhouse on this and this festival. Dana was like, oh, really?
So, I mean, so for me, because, he's all about, when we met him in the podcast and he was saying how he's all about, the LGBTQ community and all of these things. The first thing he should have said was, well, I know Mike because, we're supposed to work on some business together. Why was it the bathhouse? It's giving a messy bitch. Like,
people just needed a storyline.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? People need it, of course.
Just own it. Don't try to like throw the audience off of like who you are and who you not. Just bitch, like you was being messy.
If you're gonna be messy and mention I was at a bathhouse, at least tell me what I was doing at a bathhouse. Because the same thing KJ said, you went for the sauna because your gym that you go to don't have one. So maybe Mike was there too.
We're gonna go back there. We're gonna go right back where you are.
Don't tell me where the fuck I was at, unless you're gonna say what the fuck I was doing. Thank you.
So that's another thing, Mike. And like I said, I love Mike down. But how you gonna ask somebody for receipts that you were at the bathhouse, honey?
Like, who really gonna take pictures of somebody they don't know?
You cannot
at a bathhouse.
Now, I've been to a bathhouse myself.
I didn't know they were open during the pandemic. I thought all that places like that was closed. If the Pink was closed, why was the bathhouse open?
I don't know, but I mean, just like Waffle House and McDonald's, legs are open, baby. So here we are. So they were there, and I just don't understand why Mike would say like, do you have a picture or do you have a video? That really, like, I was like, girl, who's really gonna do that while you're in the bathhouse? Unless they just thirsty, or whatever. Like I've just never. That's just weird. Moving on. From that. So let's play a game. Let's take a break from the Real Hot Boys. We're not taking a break from the Real Hot Boys, but we're gonna play a game. So each hot boy, I want you to name them as just a reality star. Like it doesn't matter which one. Pick one for each one that I named.
Oh my God.
Start this list off with Michael Riggins. Mr. Mike.
Mike. He's gonna be Sarah Oliver from Bad Girls Club.
Wow. You are funny. J5.
J5.
I don't know why.
Most definitely Camilla.
Oh, not you giving them bad girls. I'm screaming.
I mean,
I was gonna say Cardi B,
no.
but KJ.
He gives me. What's that boy from Love and Hip Hop?
KJ?
No, KJ gives me Caesar from Black Ink Crew.
You're dirty.
Oh my dirty!
You're dirty, baby. Dana.
Oh, he said who?
Dana.
Dana. She gives me Dana gives me. Does it have to be reality TV star? Could it just be a TV star?
Go ahead.
Whitney Houston.
You could have said Jocelyn. No, I'm kidding. Rocky. Rocky can be Marlo. Like,
he's not a cast member, so I wouldn't even name him something. But
you are so shady.
If I had to name Rocky, it would be Amara La Negra. I always wanted to feel important or be involved in something.
Q Fabian.
Q Fabian? Oh, he's Donna from Black Ink Crew.
Oh my. What about Rock?
Rock?
Mm-hmm.
A Rock. Rox is actually reality TV star. It was in SpongeBob SquarePants. Patrick Whittemore one.
Jalen,
yes. Mimi. No, not Mimi. Not Mimi. Not Mimi.
You tried it this evening.
I tried it. Jalen, Phaedra.
Oh, okay. Jalen be reading the girls down.
Phaedra.
Okay. And last but not least, Mr. Tamar.
Marlo. That's most definitely Marlo.
Okay. So we're gonna move on. So also getting into the conversation with KJ and Mike. Mike mentions that he heard Mike was throwing shade, baby. Mike said that he heard that he was married 3 times and they all failed. And then he asked were bathhouses the issue. And KJ said that he's never cheated. They eventually get over the argument.
Where was these 3 marriages
too, but they threw me with the season 1 girls. Okay, well we'll see you season 2, dog. So yeah, they were a kid.
How do we talk about KJ's little marriages? What marriages? Ain't he only like what 27? Damn.
And then Michael also talks about how he feels like he came up with this to tarnish his brand, and then they pretty much resolve the issue. They pretty much come to an understanding that it's a bunch of he say she say bullshit, and they let bygones be bygones. Jay walks up after the debacle and says that the girls ain't really about their life, whatever.
Don't take it personal, Rocky. I'm sorry. Can I just say this? This episode was boring as hell and dragged out. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This whole talk about the bathhouse and KJ, boring. KJ should have been introduced as a friend of the show as well, because he wasn't even really an official cast member. He's only on 2 fucking episodes. Mike, shit, him either. This we ain't gonna get into that, but he's only on 2 episodes. The wine tasting, and this one in the pool party. They really had nothing to present or talk about. None of them really did, besides Q Fabian, J5, and Jalen with his comedic ass, and then Tamar was just there to look cute.
With his
Tamar just had one job. It was just to serve looks. That was it. And he did exactly that. He understood his assignment. So we can let Tamar slide.
I'm
But
good. So
it's really the truth. Like
mhm.
KJ came in like as the common denominator of the messiness. You know what I'm saying? And then Mike was just like the one that was like targeted and picked at, especially because most of us know each other and most of them are not even LA natives. Me, Q Fabian, and J5 are. We're the only natives. Well, technically, J5 from Palmdale, Lancaster, so he's not even really from LA. He whole different county. So me and J5 are the only natives.
Okay, so I have one more game for you before we get into next episode, and then we get out of here. So let's talk about who's.
Tamar, you don't want to be Sheree because you're gonna be spring, summer, September with everything you do. We're gonna give you Marlo because Marlo actually got shit going on, and you was always looking for a sugar daddy to pay your bills.
Oh my. So let's talk about who's most likely. This game is called Who's Most Likely, and you just basically you put a name on it, featuring the B cast and the C cast that you don't like to name as the main cast. And that's Rocky, that's Rock, and that's Mike, and that's KJ. just to clarify, for Mr. Tyler over here. So yes, who's most likely to throw the best event?
To throw the best event? Me.
Who's most likely to start some shit? Like just start mess?
Rocky.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Who's most likely to be like the OnlyFans dark Twitter like star?
Q baby.
Oh my god. I'm gagging. Who's most likely to not come back for season 2?
Dana.
Oh. Why did you say that?
Various reasons. You know, I already know motherfuckers are gonna go back and report. I really don't give a damn. I just feel like Dana has talent and skills when Dana is not under the influence. So he needs to get himself together and get himself in the right state of mind. And he has to do that first in his personal life and within his heart chakras and get his emotions under control. And then he can most definitely come back for season 2 and show what he really wanted to be shown for. It wasn't aired on the first episode when we was at Cabo Cantina, but there was a question that I asked Dana, which one did you want to be known for? Did you want to be known for your adult entertainment industry career, or did you want to be known for your music and you writing and rapping? He said he wanted to be known more in the music industry, and I support that. I see that for him. You know, y'all heard his little freestyle or whatever. He dropped his little one, so he had a good little flow. He needs to work on this a little more, and he good. But until he can actually be stable with himself, I don't think coming back it should be an option at all. Not even just an option, just not ideal.
Okay. So this keeps coming up of like who's me like of Hollywood, like who's the nucleus, who's the HBIC, who's the captain, and the two names that they keep bringing up is Tyler and Tamar. Who's most likely to be the head honcho, that leads the group?
Me.
Oh, you better speak on it.
It's like I'm Uncle Clifford and Tamar is Mercedes.
Okay, with his heels on. I love it. I love it. Who's most likely to show up late?
J5.
Who's most likely to lie to your face?
Rock.
Who's most likely to not show up to the reunion?
Ooh. Mike, Rock, and I think that's it. Everybody else wants one.
Yes, I love it. And who's most likely to get the most heat at the reunion?
She wants to get the what?
Who's most likely to get the most heat at the reunion?
The most heat at the reunion? Shit, probably me, or if not me, most definitely KJ.
Okay. So we're gonna play Just one more game. Just one more game. This is called the Shady Game, and then we're going to go into next week's episode, and then we're going to end this off. So I'm going to name each cast member, and we already know you shady. So I want you to use one word. I want you to use one word to shade each cast member. You ready?
Hold on, no, I'm not really ready, but okay.
Well,
One word to shade each cast member.
We're gonna do a warm up. We're gonna start with yourself. Shade yourself with one word.
Myself, bitch. I'm like Rihanna. I got a big ass forehead.
Okay, come on, 5.
Tamar. Hoochie Mama.
Jalen.
Sorry. Jalen. Mike Epps.
Hugh Fabian.
The slut of LA.
I like Hugh Fabian. You are not gonna do my friend like that. Like, wait a minute. And that was not one word.
Okay, flirtatious whore.
Oh my god. Rocky.
Baldy.
Who?
Charlie Brown.
I thought you said bottom. I was about
Baldy.
to say
Baldy.
Rock.
Thrifties. Goodwill. I mean.
Yeah. Dana.
Drug addict.
KJ.
Storyteller.
J5.
Pretty bitch.
And Mike.
No, go back. J5, we're going to call him Orange because he was looking orange on camera on certain times in his confessionals. We're going to call him Miss Peach. His name is Peach. Miss Peach.
I'm gagging. And Mr. Griggins.
Mr. Griggins.
Yes.
I have nothing negative or shady to say to Mike. Well, I'm going to call him what? Tubby?
You should have said bathhouse. I don't know. I don't know.
Bathhouse. I was say Tubby.
Because we're gonna go back to that just real quick, just one more time. KJ specifically mentioned that he saw him in the sauna. And that they left.
If you came for the sauna, why didn't he come for the sauna?
And that they left together. Baby, they got a sauna at Planet Fitness.
There is a sauna. Well, not there is actually no. There's a sauna at 24-hour fitness. It's
24 LA Fitness, 24-hour fitness.
I mean, if you live in LA, truth be told, there's no reason for you to really be paying for a Planet Fitness when all the bomb gyms got everything else. There's EOS, there's LA Fitness, there's 24-hour fitness, there's Gold's Gym. You know what I'm saying?
Why is y'all paying for the heat in the summer, bitch? Like, what is wrong with y'all?
I mean, I can see why Mike is doing it. He's probably losing some weight. That's how you sweat off the weight. KJ, I don't know what the fuck you was in there doing.
We're gonna move on to next week's episode. So yes, this is one of the sound bites from you to KJ, where you said, I heard you said I made you feel like a charity case.
That was towards Dana.
Oh, that was towards Dana?
I was talking to Dana when I said that.
It made it like you were talking to KJ. So
no, KJ interrupted with knowing damn well it had nothing to do with him, and he should mind his damn business at the time. And I'm going to tell you why I'm about to grill KJ on that, because first of all, KJ
said, wait 1 second. Is KJ after knockout?
Yeah.
Well, Dana like his carries, baby. Go ahead.
I mean, at least that's one letter of the alphabet he probably knows how to write well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was talking to Dana because allegedly there was a rumor, well, not even a rumor, there was a conversation between another cast member and Dana. Mm-hmm. And Dana told this cast member that I made them feel like a charity case. The cast member that was present was there. And when I said what I said, they looked at me and was very surprised that I knew what I said, because what I said was, well, not what I said, what he said was confidential and between Dana and one other person. Mm-hmm. And one other person came back and told me.
So we got a bone carrier and we got
We
a messy
do.
bitch.
And I was there, and I was there for all the confrontations at the next episode. I was there for all the confrontation because I was ready. I came ready that day.
Well, you looked ready, baby. You looked very much ready, and this was Mike's event, right?
Yes, it was. Mike wanted to prove a point to the girls, saying that he wasn't a broke bitch and that he actually had shit and didn't have shit to lose. He showed us to his nice little, Koreatown apartment that was downtown, freshly built. It's cute. Gotta give it that, girl. Okay, it had nice amenities. Come on, girl. Give it to you, okay?
Okay.
But
because girl, down here in Houston, the girls like to rent Airbnbs for their scenes.
I had a blunt rolled. It is time to spark it.
You know what?
It is time to spark it.
So then we get to Rock allegedly stealing from Todrick Hall. The shock heard around the world with the man behind the
scene.
Do you have any thoughts and opinions about that? Before we get out of here?
Tim is King 12. He had a lot to say about Rock. He DM'd and he literally DM'd and added every single last one of us as a part of the cast.
Baby, he added me.
Not even gonna lie to you, I thought this was a publicity stunt for Rock because Rock did not have no work scenes. He didn't have a storyline. He didn't have nothing to present or bring to the table of why he was really even on the show. So I thought Rock was planning all this to make it seem like, oh, let's talk about Rock in the blogs and let's get his name back in relevancy. I thought it was that. I really thought it was that. A little bit after, I noticed that this boy was really going in on Rock, like really going in when he started mentioning the feces on the toilet, when he started talking about how dirty this boy was and how he lives and how he be coming home all hours of the night and being drunk and all that. So I was like, oh, this is real tea. I'm like, oh, this is not a stunt. This is real tea. I said, oh, she's being grilled for real, for real. I said, oh, she done pissed off the wrong motherfucker.
Right. who allegedly have receipts. So we will be getting into more of that as we get into more of the Real Hot-Boys of Hollywood. It was a pleasure to meet you tonight, Mr. Tyler.
It was a pleasure for you too.
Absolutely. You were in Houston not too long ago. You got to come back, kick it with the Real Hot-Boys of Houston.
No, because my baby daddy over there acting funny. So when I see him, I'm gonna pop him.
Wait, which one?
August.
Oh, girl.
Because Tamar trying to steal Archie from me. I'm like, girl, Archie mine too.
And on that note, we are going to say good night.
He told me and Tamar he would fuck the both of us. I said, ooh, I am a woman. I'm joking.
Who said that? Well, wait a minute now.
Archie, if I'm going to embarrass me, I'm going to embarrass all of us. Fuck you.
Archie will be in LA this weekend. Who he coming to see? You or Tamar?
It ain't me, baby. I'm in Sacramento, so it must be Tamar.
Oh, my.
My family's coming out here to the Bay Area. We turning up the Bay Area before the county fair closes and all the other good shit. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so I won't be back in LA till the 4th of August. No, yeah, the 4th of August. There's a Caribbean yacht party going on, and I will be in attendance. So
that sounds very cute.
I like the Caribbean clubs and events that be going on.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna have to come to LA and kick it with y'all because
I will get you drunk. I hope you know that. I'm gonna get you fucked up. You're gonna have a good time. So I hope you're prepared to lose a liver that night.
Oh my god, and a kidney.
We need the kidneys to flush out the filter of the blood at least. Okay, the liver too, but the kidney can live.
You only need one.
On that note, it's time for you to go to bed.
Well, thank you for coming through. It was definitely a pleasure. I can't wait until next week. And yeah, shout out to the Real Hot Boys in Hollywood and shout out to Tyler. Thank y'all.
Aren't you guys filming too?
Yeah. I cannot confirm nor deny. We are
Let me go watch somebody's close friends.
Who you got close friends with?
Part of the cast. A huge part of the cast. I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't gonna say no names. I want to get kicked out. But part of the cast.
I love it.
And it's more than 3. I'm gonna just be quiet though.
It's only 6 of us.
As I said, I got 3.
Oh shit.
So as I said, a part of the cast.
Well, do tell. Well, we will definitely see you soon, Mr. Tyler. Shout out to Tyler
Yes.
Cosmetics. You guys make sure y'all follow him on Instagram.
And
y'all
also tune into my new YouTube series coming out, Tea Time with Tyler, where I spill all the latest and the hottest accurate tea of the real hot boys of Hollywood. That's dropping in August.
Yes, and we'll have
I'm
to
gonna
have
get down and dirty.
We'll have to have you on the comment section as well. Have you come through there, and come spill some tea there. But yes, like I said, it was definitely a pleasure to meet you, and we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We'll see y'all next week on the live after show for episode 5 now.
Yes, episode 5. About damn time, we're almost done.
But yeah, y'all getting through that. Yes, shout out to y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night and a wonderful Sunday.
All right, Ashton, I'll see you later. I'm gonna hit you for that do-rag.
All right, now, get me right. Bye, y'all.